Hey everyone, today is the day, my final review of these Beyerdynamic Lagoon ANC. So I've had these headphones now for almost or just about 5 months. I got them right before like a few weeks before the quarantine. And I was able to even test them in the gym right before the quarantine for like how it felt wearing them to the gym, even though I usually don't wear headphones to the gym for comfort and feel and things like that. So because I've had it for 5 months or almost 5 months, you could probably call this a long-term review. And I've gotten very familiar and intimate with these headphones to give you guys a better understanding and review if you guys want to, if you guys are interested in these headphones and want to pick them up. So first things first, let's go over, for all you spec junkies, let's talk about some of the specs of these headphones. So these ones right here, the brown and gray, are called the Explorer. The all black one is the Traveler. But they're basically the same headphones. They have the same specs. It has Bluetooth 4.2, not Bluetooth 5.0, like I said in the unboxing. And the frequency response for these headphones are 10 to 30,000 hertz, which is pretty good because most normal headphones are 20 to 20,000 hertz. And as far as supported codecs go, it has aptX low latency, which is very important since this is Bluetooth 4.2 and not 5.0. And then it has the regular aptX. It has AAC SBC. So the Lagoon ANC has a battery runtime of up to 45 hours without ANC, and with ANC on, you're looking at 24.5 hours. That's also going to depend the runtime with this before you charge it, based on how loud you listen to the headphones, or if you're using active noise cancellation level 1 or 2. Now I did an unboxing earlier, and I'll put the link in the description below. It came with all the necessary stuff that you need for the for an unboxing, and it came with the micro USB. No, it uses USB-C for charging. So it came with the USB-C cable, a 3.5 adapter, and it had one of the nicest and probably one of the most compact hard shell cases that I've seen, compared to, let's say, another expensive pair of headphones that I got. And these are the Waves KT1, and you could look at the difference between the size of these cases. Here's another noise canceling headphone, active noise canceling headphones. These are my Treblab Z2s, and this is the case that it comes with. As you can see, the Beyerdynamic are the most compact out of all of them. Here is the Bluetooth Victory case, version 2. And then here's a case for my wooden headphones, the Sivga, as you can see. So the Beyerdynamic has one of the nicest, most compact traveling cases that it comes with. And so the headphones themselves, as you can see, they do swivel, and they are foldable like so for easier transportation. So the carrying case right here has a clip, a carrying handle clip, and it has these zippers, or these I thought at first it was a Beyerdynamic logo, but it's just orange and black. That's Beyerdynamic's colors, and this is how they fit inside of the case. Like so. And there it is. So as far as the unboxing experience goes, it's pretty good. It has everything you need, including the carrying case, considering that my other Beyerdynamic headphones, my custom ones, didn't even come with any carrying case at all. Whether it was a bag or just a case, it didn't come with. This one did. Okay, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. If you guys want to know how these sound, they sound good. They sound really good. And I was pretty surprised, at least based on my ears, that they was really no big noticeable difference between these with ANC active noise cancellation or without active noise cancellation, or plugged in or using Bluetooth. Wired or using Bluetooth, it sounds almost the same in each case scenario. But now getting more into it, I want to talk about the build quality, the connectivity of these headphones, and also they have their app, and they have the Mosayc feature, which is another, like, it's similar to the Soundcore Anchor Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro's Hear ID. Okay, so first, talking about build quality, this is probably the only Beyerdynamic that I know that's all plastic. And the build is pretty good. It's decent. I mean, it's for what you can get for plastic. But to be honest, I expected a little bit more for the price that when these first came out, they were almost $400. Now you can get them for like under $300. So the build quality is fairly good, and Beyerdynamic always has very good build quality. I mean, these compared to another pair of foldable noise cancellation headphones that I have that do the same thing, and that would be my Soundcore. It has very similar build quality, but as you can see, the Soundcore is a $60 noise canceling headphone, and it does make a little bit of creaking noise for the same type of build, whereas the Beyerdynamic actually does not. And so that's that as far as build quality. But for Beyerdynamic, I expected for it to have at least some kind of metal, but there's no kind of metal at all, except for maybe the headphone adjustment piece right here is metal. So build and looks is good. I mean, if I were to go by a star system, I would say from 5 to 0 stars, I would give it probably a 3.5 as far as build quality goes, and nothing higher, just because I felt like it should have had some kind of more premium look for the price that you're paying for these. I mean, these are built, like I said, almost the same as the Soundcores, and the Soundcores with its all plastic are only $60, and these were like a $300, actually $400 when they first came out. So going more into build and also comfort, these are very comfortable. I would say out of the gate, out of all the headphones that I have, these would be like third most comfortable, with first either being these Soundcores right here or my Treblab Z2s, just out of the box, not making any adjustments or like adjusting the ear pads or getting new ear pads for them. And speaking of getting new ear pads, the ear pads are not replaceable as far as I can tell. So like I said, I would not really wear these for working out. I did test them in the gym though, just because, to see how they would do. But yeah, I would not wear these for working out, especially because you can't replace the ear cups. But out of the box, stock padding on the headband right here and the ear pads, they're good, very comfortable. And like I said, third most comfortable out of all the headphones that I have. Headphones themselves, or the headphone itself, is also, the left and the right are clearly marked, as you can see right there on the headrest. There's left, there's right. You also have the marking right here for the Mosayc app, which is like Hear ID, like I said, for Anchor, which it runs your ears through a series of tests to get the best possible equalization for your ears. Or yeah, equalizer settings for your ears based on the test that you do. So everyone that wears or buys these and does the Mosayc hearing test, you're going to have a different sound signature for your own hearing. It also has a light guide system in here. And let me turn it on so you guys could see. As you can see, so this active orange light right here, or this orange light that you guys are seeing, means the Bluetooth connection is active. If you get a pulsating red light, it means your battery is low. If you get a pulsating yellow light, it means you're between 30 to 70%. A pulsating green is 70 to 99%, and a solid green is fully 100% or fully charged. Another nice thing about this headphone is that when you put them on and you play a certain music or track, it'll tell you what codecs that the headphones are using, like aptX or SBC. And usually when I'm using it with my Note 10 Plus, it'll have me using aptX for most of my music when I'm streaming or listening to YouTube and things like that, or watching YouTube videos. So walking through the left ear cup, you can see these microphones here. It has a microphone on the outside, and there's another microphone or right here. And then that is it for the left ear cup. For the right ear cup is where everything happens, including your touch controls. So here is another microphone on the right ear cup, and then the one here. And sticking to the outside of the ear cup, these are your touch controls. So you can do a few things with the touch controls. If you swipe up, that's volume up. Swipe down, volume down. You swipe forward, that's to skip a track. Swipe backwards, and you go back to your previous track. So if you press and hold the center button for 2 seconds, you can also use it. You can also bring up your voice assistant, and it's also used for pausing and playing your music. So the center button, if you tap it, it'll pause your music. If you tap it again, it'll play your music. If you hold it for 2 seconds, it'll call up your voice assistant and also end calls. And when you get a call, if you tap the center, you can accept the call. And if you get a call and you tap it and hold it for more than 2 seconds, it rejects a call. Now, going on to the bottom part, here is your USB-C port for charging. Right here is your 3.5 millimeter headphone port. So even though this runs out of battery, you can plug it in and still listen to your music. Here is your on and off switch, and also for Bluetooth pairing. And then you have your ANC button right here. So right now I'm at level 2. You also have level 1, and you have an ANC off right there. Okay, let's talk about connectivity. So the connectivity on these headphones for Bluetooth 4.2 within line of sight is about like 30 feet. And pretty much that is accurate. The only issues you do have with this compared to like something like this, which has Bluetooth 5.0, is when you're not within the line of sight. So when I'm not within the line of sight, like say I'm in another room, and depending on how far I am or which room I'm in, it does get interrupted. So if my phone is in my bedroom and I go to the kitchen, which is probably like 20 or so feet away, but it's in another room, I do notice a slight interference with the connection. Since I've had these headphones, they did have one firmware update, and I don't know if that was to resolve some of the issues like with connectivity, because when I first got these and I took them to the gym, these headphones have a sensor. So when if they're still on and you put them down like so, they'll automatically pause your music. But also, when my head would, like if I would bring my head down and like bend forward, it also turned the headphones or the sound or the music off, or it paused the music. And I don't know if that was on purpose or not, because like when I was using these to the gym, like when I would do reverse sit-ups, every time I would bring my head down, the music would pause. But ever since the update, it got fixed. So the only time the music paused is when I actually removed these headphones out of my ears and then placed them down. So the update fixed that. But so what the update did not fix is that there's a certain connectivity issue if you pair these to more than one device. And what I mean is, when you have it paired to like say your laptop and also your smartphone, and you have them on at the same time, and you want to switch from your laptop to your smartphone. So let's say the first device I had it paired with was my laptop, and then I want to use it with my smartphone because my laptop is in my room, and I could take my smartphone with me to another room. So it will pair automatically with the smartphone and not from the laptop. But sometimes if I leave the room, it'll disconnect and it'll try to look for the laptop to pair with and not my smartphone that it was already paired with. So it loses the connectivity. So when that happens, I would have to just reconnect it to my smartphone for it to get paired again. So using it with more than one device at the same time, it sometimes has that issue where it loses connectivity with the second device that you have it paired with and just looks for the first device. And so far, there hasn't been any other firmware updates to fix that. So another thing the firmware update I think fixed is through the app, the Mosayc app. So let's talk about the Mosayc app. Okay, let's talk about the app that comes with these headphones. So the app that Beyerdynamic has is called the Me app, and they have a hearing app called I believe Mosayc. I could be wrong. It could be just me. So here is the app right here. And when you first you have to have your headphones connected to your device to use the Me app, to be able to use the Me app. And the first thing that it'll take you is your sound personalization test. So here it is right here. So what you're going to do is, number one, enter your year of birth, take the hearing test, and then enjoy your sound. So I already did this sound personalization test, and let me just say that it does make a difference, at least for my ears. Some, it might not be that noticeable, but for me, it does. I don't know, maybe because my hearing, since I am getting older, is probably needs to get refined, or it needs that personalization more than someone who probably has better hearing than me. And that's in the profile part of the Me app. If you go to statistics, it actually tells you how long you've been using the headphones. And as you can see right here, it says critical. You should give your ears some rest. So I've been using these. I've been listening to these for too long. And then the other part is touch. So you can tweak the settings on your the back of your ear cup for what you want it to do on the touch response. You can like increase or decrease the amount of touch or feedback that you need for the touch controls. And that's pretty much about it for the Me app. It's not as nice as let's say the Soundcore app. I don't know if my Soundcore app will go on. See, now it's searching for the Liberty 2 Pro, but I don't have my Liberty 2 Pros on. Let me see. Let me get those on. So here we are with the Soundcore app, and you also have to have your Soundcores on and connected for the app to be working. So here are my Liberty 2 Pros, and I just turned this on, and it looks like I have another update. As you can see right there, another firmware update. And so far, the only thing that I've been waiting for on the Liberty 2 Pro is for the firmware update that they promised, or they said that they would have that would add pass-through on these headphones. But I don't know about Beyerdynamic, if they listen to their customers or the reviews, but Soundcore has. And whereas before they didn't have a custom equalizer settings, now they do. As you can see, you can make your own custom EQ, and you have like the 10 Grammy award winning artists' EQ that you want to use right here. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And see what their EQ is all about. And then here is my default, which is acoustic. And if I press on that, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 different preset equalizer settings on the Soundcore app. Plus they added that custom equalizer settings for people who want to customize their sound on the equalizer. They listen to people on that. Then they have the Hear ID where you personalize your hearing just like on the Me app. And so there's so much more. And then on the Home app, or right here for the controls, you can also switch out and what you want to do with the controls on the app. So it's much more, it adds much more to the app. There's so much more to the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro app with the equalizer settings and customizations and everything, versus our Me app, where it just has information, the touch, how sensitive you want the touch controls to be, and then your statistics, and then the sound personalization. And that's pretty much it for the Me app. It's it's lacking in those custom or those equalizers that the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro has. So also in the connectivity department, these headphones connect very easily once you turn them on, and as long as your phone's Bluetooth setting is also turned on, or your device's Bluetooth settings, it can find them easily. I was able to easily pair this with my Windows laptop and also with my Galaxy Note 10 Plus smartphone and my LG V35 ThinQ. So it pairs very easily. It's discovered very easily, and then it pairs very easily through Bluetooth. You could also pair it on this side right here, the left side, with NFC, and that also connected pretty easily, as long as you have the headphones turned on. The last time on my unboxing, when I tried to pair it through NFC, I had the headphones off and it wouldn't pair. it would pick up on the NFC, but it didn't pair because my headphones were turned off. So make sure if you use NFC, the NFC is on the left side. As you can see here, this is the left. And you want to make sure you have the headphones on, and then tap the back of your phone to the back of this ear cup, the left ear cup, and it'll pair automatically. It'll say Bluetooth device trying to pair, and then you just allow it to pair, give it permission to pair. Call quality and voice on these headphones are pretty good, and like I said in all my other reviews, that's going to depend on your network. Like I have T-Mobile, others may have AT&T, and others may have Verizon and Sprint and so on. But for me, with T-Mobile, here in Southern California, the calls and connectivity is pretty good. Other callers on my end said I sounded pretty clear, and callers on my end sounded clear to me, so that was good. Now, as far as the noise canceling on these headphones go, I've read reviews where it says that the noise canceling on these headphones are just as good and equals the Sony's WH-1000XM3s. I wouldn't know because I don't have Sony's WH-1000XM3s, but I do have the Soundcore right here. And I also have these Treblab Z2s that are also noise canceling. So these are the 3 noise canceling headphones that I have. So like I said, and I'll do a comparison later on in the future between all of these headphones, a more in-depth comparison. But for noise canceling, the Beyerdynamic wins. It blocks out more noise on level 2 than the Soundcore. The Soundcore actually and the Treblab get pretty close to the Beyerdynamic. If the Beyerdynamic is on level 1 active noise cancellation, but on level 2 it wins hands down between these two right here. So the active noise cancellation for me is, as at least for now, these do have the best active noise cancellation on any of the headphones that I do have when it's on active noise cancellation level 2. Now, as far as how it sounds when it's on active noise cancellation, this again sounds better than the Soundcore and the Treblab when active noise cancellation is on. But if you're not using active noise cancellation and you have them wired, this sounds the best. The Soundcore does. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So I don't have any fancy recording equipment to show you guys. I tried to do it on my Soundcore review, but it didn't work out as good as I thought as far as like hearing the differences in the noise cancellation. So take my word for it if you will or not. But this does have the best noise cancellation out of all the headphones that I have that have active noise cancellation when it's on level 2. When it's on level 1, the Soundcore and the Treblab get pretty close. And for sound and how the headphones sound with active noise cancellation on, this does sound the best with active noise cancellation on. With active noise cancellation off, the Soundcore sounds the best. And like I said, I'll get into more detailed reviews and comparison between all 3 of these headphones. But for just pure active noise cancellation and sound and passive noise cancellation isolation, the Beyerdynamic wins. And hopefully it should, because it's pricier than the other 2, right? You can look up and read other reviews on the Beyerdynamic Lagoon ANC as far as their active noise cancellation goes, but they are some of the tops on most of the reviews that I've read. And also, based on my test in hearing, it's also at the top. At least, like I said, with the ones that I do have. As I get more active noise cancellation headphones, I will be comparing it with others if I get other ones. But for the price that I paid, around over $260 on these headphones. The active noise cancellation being better than these two is, shall we say, equal to the price that I paid. So it is better than these two for noise cancellation, and it should be because it's a more expensive product. And Beyerdynamic has been around the headphone game a lot longer than these two headphones right here. So that's another reason why you're paying a more premium price. Okay, so we talked about the specs, we've talked about the build quality, we've talked about comfort, we've talked about connectivity, call quality, the Me app on these Beyerdynamic Lagoon ANCs. Let's talk and get into more detail about the sound. So Beyerdynamics, as you know, has been around quite a bit, and they're pretty well known. If you're an audiophile, or if you're someone who knows something about headphones in the music or audio industry, so they're very well known. They've been around for quite a long time, and they're gonna do pretty good when it comes to sound. Now, I was hoping that these Beyerdynamics would have a sound signature similar to these Beyerdynamics as far as sound signature goes, and that's the Custom One Pros. If you guys haven't seen my review on these headphones, these are some of my favorite headphones for listening to music, and it has a very warm and fun, and if you're a bass head, it has that sound signature all covered for you if you're a bass head, and it's really good with these adjustable bass ports and everything like that. If you want that kind of sound signature, or if you're a bass head, the Lagoon ANC are not it. What they are for is for someone who likes to listen to a variety of different genres. So these have just enough bass that they can go well with like rap, hip hop, and house and techno music, but they're also good enough for like slow ballady songs, or country music, or audio they're also good with like audiobooks or spoken language books and things like that. So they have a very versatile sound signature. It's somewhat neutral. It has just enough bass, just enough mid-range, and just enough treble, at least for me, especially with the Me app and that sound personalization test that you do. It's going to give you the best sound, and maybe that's why they have such a neutral sound out of the box. And that was actually, I tested it without the Me app first, and then with the Me app, and it sounded even better with the Me app, at least for me. Without the Me app, it still has that neutral sound, but it doesn't emphasize certain things. And when I used the Me app, I got more detail out of the headphones. Without the Me app, it wasn't quite as detailed. So you could, if you do get these headphones, you can test it out yourself. Try it without the Me app first, and then do the sound personalization test, and use the Me app for your sound personalization, and you will notice a difference in clarity in sound. The other thing is, like I said, these headphones do have a frequency response of 10 to 30,000 hertz, so you can get a pretty good low end and pretty good high end. But once you use the sound personalization, it's going to give you the best balance of both high, mid, and low. So all around, it sounds good. Now, I tried my one only gripe with these is, or negative, is that I wish they got just a tad louder. I like listening to my music, especially with dance tracks, at pretty loud volumes. And these, I wish they would have gotten just a little bit louder. The loudest I have for headphones, as far as for Bluetooth goes, is these Waves KT1. They are the loudest, both wired and for Bluetooth. But these waves also has 6 drivers per ear cup, 12 total. These only have one 40 millimeter dynamic drivers. And as far as the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro or the Soundcore Live Q20 noise canceling headphones, these get decently loud on Bluetooth, but if you plug them in wired, they get even louder. So when I plug these in and try to see if I can get more volume out of them using my LGV 35 ThinQ, because it has that DAC built, it has a built-in DAC, or even trying to use it with my my Pioneer digital audio player and my portable DAC amps, like this one from Empire. It kind of distorts the sound, and you will hear some distortion, and that's because these are pretty low impedance headphones anyways. So if you use it with a smartphone, any smartphone that has a headphone plug or a laptop, you're already getting the best sound that you can get, wired or Bluetooth. If you try to use it with an amp, and if your amp is pretty powerful or your digital audio player has an amp and it's pretty strong, it'll kind of distort the music. So these are best used just Bluetooth, wireless, without any amplification or anything. I mean, wireless headphones already have a built-in DAC and amplifier inside of their headphone, inside of the ear cups anyway. So most of them, you don't need to, they're not meant to be used wired. But there are some exceptions, like I said, the Soundcore Live Q20s are the exception, because these wired, even with an amp, they sound much better than they do Bluetooth wireless. They're the only exception. These though, I just recommend using them wirelessly with Bluetooth connection. But if you want more volume, and if you're like me who like to listen to your music, especially like dance tracks, really loud, or you watch movies with your headphones like I did with these, really loud, I would recommend a different pair of headphones if you want volume. But if you have pretty good hearing anyways and don't really need loud volume, then these sound good with just about any type of music that you could listen to, or with any movies. But if you want more volume and loudness, these are not the headphones for you. So that is it for this review of these Beyerdynamic Lagoon ANC. These brown ones are the Explorers, and like I said, the all black is the Travelers. And you can get them from Beyerdynamic for around $270 now. When I got them, they were like $280, $290 total. And you can get it on Amazon with Prime shipping. When I got them, it was it had free 2-day shipping, or 1 day. Actually, it was a next day shipping, 1 day shipping. Do I think they're worth it for the price? It's going to depend on what you value. If you value a lot of features and good or great noise cancellation, then yes, that I would say they would be worth it. But if you just want more like volume and music quality, you could save money and go with something like the Soundcore Live Q20s, which I will compare them to in the future, of detailed comparison. But the Soundcores get a little bit louder. Actually, they wired, they get significantly louder. And you can use these with an amp. These ones, you cannot use them with an amp, at least not on my pair, because it distorts the sound. But if you use them just Bluetooth, the way they're meant to be used, Bluetooth, wireless, with active noise cancellation, they are some of the best sounding headphones with active noise cancellation on or off. There's really no difference between wired between ANC active noise cancellation 1 or active noise cancellation 2. Not really a big noticeable difference, so that they're good for that. And for blocking out music or blocking out external noise, these do a very good job, better than any of the other noise cancellation I have, headphones that I have for blocking out noise cancellation. And if you guys seen on the Me app where it says I had them on for too long, it probably I did, because sometimes when it gets too loud around my house and I want to go to sleep or take a nap, and I'll put these on to block out that external noise, the noise from the dog barking, the kids at the house playing around and making a lot of noises. Then this is the best headphones for that, as far as blocking out your external sound. And so I do that's what I mostly use these for, is for listening to audiobooks and then going to sleep with active noise canceling on. All in all though, like I said, they sound very good. And one thing I also forgot to mention, the battery does last a pretty good long time. The 30 hours or so of rated battery life with active noise cancellation is pretty spot on. So you have that. It's got a pretty good long battery life. It sounds good regardless of active noise cancellation on or off or wired. It has a lot of features. It has the light guide system, which is unique and different from all the other headphones that you may have. It has a nice little voice in the headphones, a little voice assistant that tells you the codec that you're using when you're listening to music or watching movies or audio tracks or whatever. And the light guide system is nice because it doesn't it's not too bright, as far as it doesn't interfere with someone else's in a dark room, because once you put them on, you really can't see them. And it also uses the latest USB-C for charging instead of micro USB. It has the nice touch controls, which is pretty nice as far as for controlling volume and skipping tracks. The only thing is with the touch system, sometimes I always accidentally activate the Google Assistant for my smartphone. When I'm using this, sometimes I'll accidentally hit the center button. It also has NFC pairing, so it pairs very easily. The only con is that sometimes it loses connection if you're in a different room, and if you have it paired to more than one device, sometimes it'll at the same time it'll try to pair with the first device if you leave the area where the first device was at, even if you're carrying the second device that it's connected to. So that is pretty much it for these Beyerdynamic Lagoon ANC active noise canceling headphones review. Recommended only if you love active noise cancellation, if you don't really need the highest volumes and you like a lot of features and you're a Beyerdynamic fanboy, or the Beyerdynamic name is a very trusted name as far as sound and quality. So that is it. If this review has helped you in any way, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at The Workout Geek for all my latest happenings and great workout tips. Until next time, everybody, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you soon with another video. Have a great day.